Well, hello, what's cracking? What is cracking? Are we cracking? This is the first stream that I'm doing in GoVan, sitting up here at Crookies, about ready to do a few tests and give you guys a walkthrough, I suppose, of the setup. First things first, are we live? I should be live everywhere. I did the things and I'm pretty certain I've got the iPad Maximus here, and I'll just confirm skins. Are we getting, well, let me just check. I guess I can, okay, sounds good. Where should I be looking in terms of the chat? I feel like because all the platforms remove content aside from YouTube, maybe we should focus on that chat if we're going to look at a chat. I like the idea of doing Kick though. I've got the Kick number there, the Kick follower or viewer number, and the I don't know if it's in the about section. It's in YouTube. Yeah, I guess this is a good idea to do a pretty thorough test here. Let me pull up a chat. Speaking of chats, I guess I could pull up the Restream chat. I could chat here. I'm going to chat here. I'll chat here. This will go everywhere that way. I'll chat here. That'll pump it out to everywhere. DLive, Twitch, YouTube, Does it do to Facebook? Yeah, Facebook as well. So I'll pump that out there. Doesn't pump it into the Kick chat though. Interesting. Let me just trouser refresh that one then. We'll go from there. I'll check the Kick chat. I've decided to not have a chat. I'm dead. I've decided to not have a an overlay of chat on the screen. I wanted to have it as minimal as possible. I wanted to have as least obstructions as possible on screen. So you'll see a fuel and a Starlink donation address, and all that stuff is in YouTube, but nothing else. Yo, Dougski, how you doing, man? G'day, Gibbs. Good to see you, Doug. Yeah, I guess if I do this on Restream, I can then see all the chats come up. But yeah, so we've got no on-screen chat, in the sense that your comments will only filter through to the app that you're on. David, how you doing, man? How you doing? So yeah, pretty psyched here. We've got GoVan in all of its glory, and I'm going to walk you through a bunch of stuff. But of course, the main focus will be to test, for the first time ever, streaming with Starlink. I wanted to lift this up too. Starlink internet. Oh, that's as high as that goes. That's not right. Yeah, Starlink. So I've got the two 4G connections. NetTeeeee, how you doing, man? 2 4G connections and Starlink on the roof of GoVan. And from my preliminary testing, just a little bit before, it's good. It seems like it's going to be pretty good, actually. So what I want to do before we pull up, yeah, I'm doing well too, David. Yeah, I'm doing well. Before we pull up and stop and check everything. Oh, by the way, can someone just check on Kick whether this is stopping and starting? I'm concerned about that being a thing. I guess I could just pump over to the Kick machine and check myself skins. But I'm just concerned that we're going to have that issue where it stops and starts over and over again on Kick. And if that's the case, it says it's live there for 7 minutes. That's cool. Okay, and I see Netsky's over there. Cool. Yeah, so let me just say off the bat here, this is a long time coming. It's cool for you? Yeah, thanks, Netsky. This is a long time. Oh, that does come up higher. Okay, that's as high as it goes. Yeah, this is a long time coming. Now, for those that have watched my content for a while or for a long time, you'll have known or you'll have seen the GoVan streams in a Mitsubishi Delica. There was issues with that setup. You know what? We could just turn the picture-in-picture off for this. I've got to learn how to do this. It's been so long. I'm just going to turn off picture-in-picture. Picture-in-picture, turn it off. Oh, it's that dial, isn't it? Just getting used to everything. We haven't used this switcher for a long while. Turn the picture-in-picture off. I'm not too sure if that went back to just me or... Oh, no, it's on the wrong one now, so we'll cut it to here. Yeah, so there were issues with GoVan in the sense that that vehicle had a very strange bug, constant battery drain, nothing that I could do or even that James could do could resolve this drain of the battery. Don't know what that was, don't know how that started, don't know how to fix it, didn't have any success with trying to fix it, ended up selling that vehicle. Oh, there was the other issue too, there was the oh man, that's tight. That's going to be better for Marty. There was the what was it? It was the, it had the snake in it, had the hiss, and it needed a lot of mechanical repairs, and so I sold it. Seems to be finding Kick as well. Thank you. Yeah. I sold it to a gentleman. And he was aware that these were the issues. So he bought that from me, fully aware of the concerns. Because the last thing I want to do is be the guy who sells someone a dud vehicle, because I feel like I got sold kind of a dud here in a way. I don't know, not really a dud, but the people that sold me this, they definitely took me for a ride. I mean, they wanted 21,000. This is just after COVID, so there was a market for, you know, camper vans, people wanting to get out and do stuff. Now that the lockdowns were let up, so I feel like they took advantage of that for sure. I knocked them down to 19, and to be completely frank, this vehicle, it's not worth more than 13. At the absolute, well, now it's worth probably closer to 15 because of everything I've done, but at the time I bought it, it shouldn't have been more than 13 grand at the absolute most, and they wanted 21, and I was like, oh, dudes. So yeah, that's how it came about. I needed, and by the way, I sold SteveVan for 2 grand more than I bought it, and there were those concerns. So there's this market that went up in a seller's, it was seller's delight, right? Everybody that was selling was like, yeah, shit, yeah. Buyers were like, oh, this isn't so good. And so once I bought this, I was like, well, I'm definitely going to set this up for streaming. You know, we're going to stream from this vehicle. And in the back of my mind, I had the idea of there'll be a trip I want to do at some point. I don't know when or where, and don't know how it's going to roll out. But in the back of my mind, I knew I was going to do something. And then one time Marty and I were just hanging out talking about this and that. And I was like, well, have you ever been to the Rock? You ever been to Ayers Rock? You're not allowed to call it that anymore. It's Uluru. And Marty was like, no, I've never been there. And we just sort of talked about it enough and decided to, let's work towards a trip out there. So in the back of my mind, I was like, okay, well, let's work towards live streaming it. You know, I don't want to just do the trip. I want to share the trip, and I want to document the trip. So of course, this is the vehicle to do it in. So then I set about sort of working out what I need to do in this vehicle to get it sort of ready for that. And one of the biggest things was, well, there was, okay, so the fridge and freezer was already in here, but there was another concern. So we've got multiple battery setups here, and I will get the roving camera out later on and I'll show it to you all, but there is stuff that we've done in this vehicle that wasn't possible in the setup that it was when I bought it. And it sounds really stupid and it sounds really crazy, but the bed that's back here came forward another, probably just more than half a foot. So it extended forward about that much further than what it is now. So now it's back here and it used to be up here. And that difference was just all that, like that less amount of room. So the seats were further forward and there was no room for this stuff. And so when I said to James, my sister's partner, these are the things I want to do. I want to put the dual battery setup in there, and I want to have a separate battery for the fridge and freezer, and I want it to be separate from my streaming gear. And he said, well, that's not really how external batteries work. You want more amp hours. You just want more batteries, and they're all in a line or all in situ. So we thought about where can we put them, and there's, as you'll see later on, there's a space back there that we manipulated for a battery and 20 liters of fresh water. Got fresh running water back there on a tap. Pretty rad. But to do all that, this bed had to go back. So we trimmed off about that much of the existing bed. And man, that little thing has made all the difference. Like the seats go back now. There's space back there for all the electrics. And you'll see all the cable runs and everything. And everything's all done nice and neat. The inverter's back there. We got internal lighting, cabin lighting. Got a switcher down here. Everything's mounted properly and sort of the most. This is what I needed for streaming. But then you say, dude, I think you might have just gone. Don't forget it's a vehicle. It's got to drive, right? So you got to do things to get it to drive. And this was already mechanically sound, but there were some concerns. Number one, the biggest concern was there was a small oil leak coming from the rocker cover gasket. So the gasket needed replacing on the rocker cover, 2x. This is a petrol engine, by the way, not a diesel. The other one, SteveVan, was a diesel. This is a petrol, V6. And so that job, the mechanics I took it to were saying, look, I don't want to do that job. These vehicles, they're old, and as soon as you start pulling it apart, you're going to find other things, blah, 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 and basically declined doing the job. So I had to find a mechanic that would do the job if I bought the parts for it. And by the way, this all cost money, right? And so I was working, and I'm still working. I'm working tomorrow at 4:30 a.m. Yeah, I worked a lot, and I dedicated a lot of money towards the vehicle. So that job needed to be done. Then I needed to have front brake calipers done. So that needed to get done. Then I needed to have other things to do with registration and vehicle roadworthiness that had smaller jobs that needed to be rectified, blah, blah, blah. Basically, the reason this has taken so long is because money. I spent a lot of money on the vehicle, then I spent a lot of money making mechanically sound. Most recently, I found a mechanic in Nowra who is really, really cool. Yeah, just a guy from Sydney. He's only been down here about a year or so, and I just had to get some wheel bearings done in the front, and then the rear brake calipers needed doing. So he was super kind to do the job pretty quickly, and in a turnaround, like he had the vehicle on Tuesday, and it's now Saturday, and it's all done. And that included getting parts shipped down from Brisbane, NTeeeee Parts Brisbane, or NTeeeee Parts Australia. So that all cost money. That was another outlet of money. And then what else was the big outlet of money? Well, I'll show you the roof racks and everything. The concern was the vehicle's roadworthy, and now it's set up for streaming. And that all just took time. But I'm stoked that now we're here and it's done, and I'm running Starlink on the roof, and I'm running 2 4G connections like I used to do into the Live View Solo, which is all in place down here. And I'm pretty psyched to go for a drive before we... And by the way, there's a westerly wind coming, so we probably won't come back here and set up. But I plan on setting up the awning and just sort of... I got one beer there. I'm going to have a beer with you guys, one long neck home brew. But we'll do it somewhere out of the wind, because right now it's pretty heinous right here. It's blowing offshore. So we'll take a drive, because that's the main focus, just to see how well this Starlink works. I mean... You know, we were always sort of succumbing to 4G and having to stay near a tower. Well, now there's a tower on the roof, so we don't need to do that. So to start this up, exclamation hello. Yeah, those commands will work. All those exclamation commands on Kick will work. You spent money fixing this one up, so it should be cool. Yeah, dude. It was already in good condition and already mechanically quite sound, but there were some things. But yeah, I'm pretty psyched to have Oh, the other thing was the brake caliper on the back right wheel. Man, my mechanic and the other guy that was working on it, I reckon he's sketchy. Yeah, he was doing me a shifty. Yeah, he told me he told me that 3 weeks ago this vehicle was sorted. You know, you can take this out to the rock, no problem. And then in the next week, the fuel economy just went rat shit fuel economy, and a hot, smelly right rear wheel. I take it to another guy because I feel like this guy's, you've lost my business. So I take it to this Jake guy at Davis Automotives, and he's like, oh yeah, okay, I'm pretty certain that's just a caliper. Check your brake pads, check the discs, and we'll look at that. And then, yeah, did it almost instantaneously, got it fixed. And the other mechanic was like, I would have driven out with Marty to the rock, and we would have been filling it up with fuel, and then it would have been like, boo, fill it back up, boo. Now it's perfect, so good. So what I'll do, I'll switch back to the picture-in-picture. Now, how do we do this again? We've got to go back to this view. I think we cut to that view, turn on picture-in-picture. 1, 2, 3. Oh, my bad. Still getting used to this switcher. It's been a while since I've faffed around with it. Picture-in-picture turns back on by pressing that button. Now, I hope that's... Let me just double check, Skins. I think that's right. You should have... The biggest image should be the vision in front, and the smallest image should be me. Does anybody know how to get rid of the little keyboard hover on an iPad? I don't like that. I don't know, the little keyboard icon sticks up over the things. Dragon, hey Gibbs, love your van, dude. Thank you, Dragon, over there on Twitch. How you doing, man? Did I not turn picture-in-picture on? Oh no, there it is, cool, just took a little while. All right, let's fire this beast up. I'm also doing a little test here with my freezer. I've set it to minus 22 Celsius. Just that's the lowest it goes. I put a home brew in there, and I was like, well, might as well crank it all the way up. So I turned it as low in, and I want to see how much battery it drains. We've got a shunt up here, which tells you how much fuel how much power you've got left in the batteries. Cue a boat to go past now. Dugsty, yeah. Oh, I don't need these on. These are reading glasses. So yeah, we're going to just take a drive, and I'm going to periodically glance down and just verify that the stream's still running. But I'm pretty confident that we're not going to lose much. You know, there might be times when it drops ever so slightly, but I don't think that's going to be a huge concern. Let's get out of here. I'm just going to go off the curb. I reckon I'm just going to curb it. So yeah, pretty psyched for IRL. See you in the NT streams starting this day next week. 7 days from now, Marty and I will be on our mission, driving out to Uluru. Just people learning how to drive here. So I want to go somewhere where we don't normally go because we can't because of signal. I might just go down to the boat ramp here, but I'll also go out to the point there, Crookies, and that's when we normally didn't go out there because too far away from the tower. But now we've got a tower on our head. Let's go. And I haven't got TTS on chat speak. I'm probably not going to do that. I don't think I'm going to do that. Because, you know, it's Marty and I, you know, it's our trip. And like, that dog's excited. I mean, I do want to share it, obviously, but I also want to be talking with Marty. Maybe when we'll pull up the chat, we can talk about the chat. That beer's rolling around at the back. Yeah, so down here we'd be a little sketchy usually. Nice view for you though. Get a good view there. Let's go. Far from the rock, but it is cool. Far from the rock. I'm not sure what that meant. And by the way, we're using GoPros now. I've got 2 GoPros up here. They're GoPro Hero 7s, so they're quite old, but they do the trick. I used to use my GH5 over there, and I'm going to show you why I don't do that now. Because I've got the GH5 ready back there as a roving camera. Those guys have got beers, that's the way. Oh, little dog skis. Saturday afternoon, probably quite busy down here. So we got we got heaps of power in this vehicle. So, and when I say power, I mean to pump, to fuel electronic devices. So we got USB set up down here, and the switcher, and everything that could be converted to 12 volt DC has been converted to 12 volt DC, and it's all Anderson connected into these batteries. So, and this is all James did all this, my sister's partner. He's like super cute in fact, all of this work is him. Like I mean, whatever I did, he taught me, but most of this job is his work. Kind of nice in there. Oh, you can't drive in there, can you? I was going to say we can pull him there out of the wind. I'm kind of looking for a spot that's out of the wind. And so, by the way, right around here is where we definitely would never have signal before. And we need to be aware that above us needs to be an open sky. So if you see trees and stuff, typically that's when it's going to drop out, if it does drop out at all. The Starlink will drop off at that point. But yeah, yeah, we definitely could not be out here without Starlink because we've tried it, and this is too far away from the tower. It's in the kind of like a dead zone for the towers. But I'm looking down and I'm not seeing any problems at all. You know where it's going to be a good test though? Between here and Nowra. How far to Nowra? Half an hour. Half an hour. That's Portia's joke. She came up. She actually made that up. Half an hour. How long until Nowra? How long until we get to Nowra? Half an hour. It's funnier when she says it, you know. She's 9 years old though, but she's not going to find that funny too much longer. It'll be like, that's a dumb joke that I'd said, but I was only a kid when I said that, but still. So yeah, we definitely could not be streaming out here. I'm going to just turn around because there's no, I wasn't going to stop here. I just wanted to come out and just see how stoked this stream, this setup is that it works like this. No swell out there. Tiny. Yeah, baby, mocking it. By the way, I can just feel I gotta tighten up my front shocks as I go over a speed bump. On the down off the speed bump, or the judder bar for you NTeeeee, for you Kiwi, judder bar, the shock absorbers close so much that they hit the, I can feel it hitting the end of the shock. Yeah. So I got these shock absorbers, these ranchers. They have a dampener, and you can loosen it or tighten it. And if you loosen it, you get a lot more bouncy bounce, and if you tighten it, you don't get as much bounce. And because there's extra weight in here with these external batteries, it's got a lot more on the front than it did before. Speaking of that extra weight, we have 40 litres of additional fuel. They're going to be on the roof in jerry cans. I haven't brought them with me. In fact, the only stuff we can't test today is that roof rack stuff because we need Marty's swag, but we already had tested it when Marty was down here, and it fits up there. He's got a big swag with like a sack for the swag, and we're going to just ratchet that down. So in front of the swag will be 2 jerry cans in a jerry can holder, padlocked in, because apparently it's pretty sus in a lot of these places, people steal shit. And then next to that there will be a big blue box that has hot water in it, hot water system. Hello, that came out of nowhere. Big fluff. So if and I might miss it while we're driving, but if the stream does drop, can you just let me know in the chat, like whether it did drop for a while or whatever. I mean, I've been glancing down and haven't seen any issues, and this area was ripe for concern before. So if we can get through this area without a drop, that's pretty sick. I guess we're going quite slow too. We're only hitting 40k, 50k an hour, so once we get out on the open road, it'll be interesting to see what happens. And you know what? If it doesn't work, I'm happy to not stream while we drive. I'm happy to just start the stream when we get into a town or something, when we're getting close. I mean, yeah, it's arguable that you might not want to see the drive anyway, but we'll see. I'm going to chuck them right here, go up Orient Point, mate. And we'll try to find a spot that's, where are we going to go? Somewhere that's out of the wind. I feel like we're going the wrong way for that. We should be heading towards Tilbury Cove. Yeah, I'll do a circuit and come back, but we should be heading out towards Tilbury Cove if we're going to be trying to avoid that westerly. Unless this... Oh no, we want to set the awning up. also going to be vlogging this trip, so I'm going to try to shoot a daily vlog as well. Probably just a 4 or 5 minute sort of thing. Just bits and pieces, you know. Like I'm concerned that we do the live stream, but then there might be things that get missed, and so I want to document the, you know me. I'm going to document it. You knew that was going to happen. Squeak going on down there. Not sure what that rattle is. Oh, dude, you see that? That guy almost tripped up. Well, he did trip, but he didn't go all over. I haven't been out here for a while. This is the extremities of the land. Once you get out here, you've got to turn around and go back. You can't get across. You can't go across to Greenwood Point from here unless your vehicle is a aquamarine barge style boat ship. I'm not seeing much in the chat. It's been good. Streams, no drops, nothing. I haven't seen anyone say anything. I'm pretty psyched for that. So I was thinking we might be. We can't really set up down here because I don't know. We could use. There's a spot that we could do it there. I need grass to put the awning up, but. See how windy it is. There's white caps right here, dude. White caps. We'll find a better spot. No dropping so far. Thank you, Netskis. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. I keep looking up here thinking that's the camera. That's the camera. This is the dash cam. Yeah, this is heinous. We're not going to stay here. Just excited that this is fully working exactly. This is exactly what I hoped it would do. Just work. Psyched. So if you're interested in helping out and you want to contribute to the content, there is in the YouTube stream, in the About section, there is a whole variety of manner of ways that you can contribute to helping this, to helping this thing to work. Because it is a bit of an outlay of cash, but oh, I see a drop. It's stalled. Either it's stalled on my restream or it's interesting. Just as I said, no drops. It did seem like it had dropped down there. Now, what was the tree cover like down there? Yeah, maybe we got to be aware that wherever we want to stop, we got to think about the tree cover. When it's like this, open skies, it'd be sweet. But if we pull into a campground or a free camp, whatever, and it's just treed over, we'll have to just think about, well, we might not stream tonight, or we might just move it out of there. Get out of there. So where are we going to go? We're going to pick a spot that's sort of up near Tilbury. Got to have a grassed area. Yeah, I've got an idea. I've got a place in mind. Still watching on GoVan? Is Is everything kickety-boo over there? Kickety-boo. Dusty, I see a comment there. I can't really read that one. It's the audio while driving something. I'll have to read that in a minute. The audio is coming from that GoPro only. I was thinking about adding a microphone to it, but I don't know. Like, I mean, I'll have to listen. I'll have to listen back to it as well and see how. And by the way, there is no way to put a mic on those GoPro Hero 7s, is there? The medium mod, or it's not even a medium mod. It's just a cage. Doesn't have. There is no mic input. Interesting. I mean, I could, at a pinch, I could update the GoPros and use a media mod. The image quality would arguably be better. It's got a higher bit rate. These are the Hero 7s. But the way I see it, the Hero 7's pretty good. You know, like it's pretty damn good actually. Also, the difference with this setup is that the one that's in the vehicle, this one here, used to be, in Steve and I had this outside the vehicle on the roof, and I always hated that because, you know, I know GoPros are waterproof, but when you have HDMI cables and power supplies going into it, they're not waterproof, so I always had to be wary of it. So now it's inside the vehicle. Much better idea. No concern about rain or anything. It's like it's permanent. And I zip tied it in there. Not zip tie. Cable tied. What am I saying? I cable tied it all in. I see a stumble. I see a stumble there. Now that's hard to tell if it's restream that's stumbling or if it's the actual stream. I don't know. Restream's pretty clunky. You know where I'm going to go? Just where we went last week, where we did a little testy test. At the front of town, there's a big overflow car park. It's on grass. Yeah, that's where we're going to go. That's actually interesting because we're so close to the tower then, so I'd be interested to see if there is any issues. Starlink and two 4G connections to the tower that we visibly can see. Looking good? Okay, thanks Nancy's. Yeah, sometimes and I know this from streaming at home and, you know, doing the Wieners game, cap games and whatnot. Sometimes restream just stops, like the stream, everything from OBS will be the same, like no difference, no change. And restream will just not have an image. It's just a weird thing. I don't know why restream does that, but it does do that. Oh, we could go down to the lakeside. You know what? We could go down to the lake. I might try that. This is not what I had in mind, but I just had a second thought. Down to the lake. okay. I got that covered. Thank you, man. Thank you, Netskis. Yeah, it's good having you here, dude. This is like literally the test up setup for all the streams that we're going to be doing. Now this is going to be interesting. There's going to be a lot of tree coverage down here. I don't know if this is going to be the best idea, but I can see it's dark and tree coverage. So we might drop this. If it's going to drop, it's going to drop somewhere now, I'd say. Now I'm looking for an outside spot that's got awning capability. We are in a four-wheel drive, so we can maneuver off-road, but I'd rather stick to the places that you know. They bollard everything off, so you can't go anywhere anymore. It's fucked. Why can't I just drive out there? You know what? I can drive on that. I'm just going to stop here and read the chat for a second. Over on Kick, Fermi Australia, Fermos. Hello, Fermos. I don't know what that handle is. I couldn't quite read it. I couldn't quite see it more than anything because my eyes, mate, my eyes. There's a grass area there. I could just park up, but it's in front of someone's house. I don't want to cause them any dramas, you know. Go back to where I sort of said we should go. I thought the lake might be good, but apparently not. That could really start annoying you on a long drive, such as the one out to Uluru. I might just go down here and check. I can't remember what this little bit of road ends up looking like at the end. There's a little, it's like a dead end area. It goes back down to the lake. Now, we're definitely going to enter into some issues here. We're under trees. So this is where it's going to be, you know, under the tree line. Oh, shit. This road just went, no more road. See, it becomes a dead end here, and we're gonna have to just back out, I guess. Yeah, this is a dead end in someone's house. Nice view though. We're gonna find heaps of these kind of places. Let me just pause here for a moment and refresh my trouser, because the restream has stopped for me, so I'm just concerned that the stream has stopped, but I don't think it would have. And I could plug this in too, get a charge off it. And that's all good. Just refresh the trouser there on Restream. Chatskis. Oh, okay, the Restream, when you refresh, it loses the chat. Okay. That sucks. All right, well, yeah, we're not going to stop here. That guy's on his porch going, what are you doing? Fair enough. We're just going to back out. I haven't been down here in a long time, and I thought there was like a bit more of an opening at the end, a bit more of a clearing. These guys are now on stream. Duxkey, YouTube has had no drops. Wow, dude, none at all skis. Even in this tree line, what the hell, really? Now that could be a combination of 4G and LRT, which stands for Live Reliable Transport in the Live View Solo. So that's the bonding mechanism which bonds together the 4G connections and the Starlink. That could be a combination of that, or it could just be the Starlink going, I've gotcha, I don't care that there's trees in the way, I've gotcha. Either way, that's pretty rad. I'm leaning towards that being LRT because we are within visual of the tower here, and this is the this is the spot I was thinking about coming to, the overflow car park for the bowling club. It's got grassed area, so we can easily put up the awning and set it up and test it. I can just pick a spot anywhere, you know. I guess I'll go pretty far back so I'm out of the way of people. Which angle? We'll go towards the sunlight. I guess I'll just do it this way. I think I fucked that up because we need more. Got to remember this. We need more space to set up the awning. Probably about that much. All right. I think that might be enough. All right. So at this particular juncture, what I would normally do is swap out to the roving camera, which is what I'm going to do. So to do that, we actually did a test here, an unlisted test. I think Hendrik was in the chat. I don't think Charlotte was there, but by the way, I'm going off only 6 hours sleep last night, so I'm pretty tired. Hey Gibbs, it's GP. GP coming at you? Who's GP? Gil Pickle? GP, outdoor woman. I gotta put this on. Outdoors woman, 1976. Giggle Pickles, not Gil. I thought it was Gil. Yo, how you doing? Netsky, looks like 100% success. Wow, man, I'm stoked. Let me cut off to the. Let's just go back to the main camera. So how do we do that? Turn off picture in picture. Go down by 3. Down by 3. Picture in picture needs to be turned off. How it's off. And I think it's needs to cut onto this scene. So we cut back to this camera. Yeah, so what I'll do is, I'm going to do a few things. I'm going to set up the camera. So it's now going to be the moving camera. So we're going to remove the GoPros from the setup. And that'll be a good test. That'll be a great test, actually. Because last time we tried to do that, I've got this, 15-foot extension pole that goes up onto the top of GoVan. And I couldn't get it up. I couldn't get it up. Someone clipped that. I couldn't get it up because it was just the way I decided to do it was stupid. So, and I've fixed it. I've remedied it. So I'm going to do it, and you guys are going to have to just put up with me doing it, and then we'll cut to the other camera. So, first thing I'll do is get out the cable run. I guess I can show this to you while we're here as well. So what this is This is the this is the receiver. This is the DJI video receiver. The transmitter, I'll get that. It's on the camera. The transmitter. It's too far away. Hang on. So yeah, the transmitter, this is my roving setup. You might be laughing your head off, but that's what we're going to be taking with us when we get out. And with the transmitter and the receiver, apparently you get a 6-kilometer line of sight, 6-kilometer range to send the signal back to the stream. So all the streaming hardware stays in here, and this is the camera that we take with us when we go anywhere away from the vehicle. So I'm going to set that up now, and then we're going to switch to it. So what I've got here is, this has to be mounted. This is already powered in and hot wired in, and all of this has been snake skinned. This is a job that I did last weekend under James's guidance. So this is the HDMI cable and the power. Again, 12-volt power from this. Get a soundbite of that. Yeah, we should, shouldn't we? I couldn't get it up. So this should now be quite easy to set up. I'll just go on, and then I'll show it to you once it's up there. I'll show it to you. First of all, take these off. I only need these for reading, and I've been wearing them too much. So you twist this around. This is interesting. First time I've done this. It'll make sense once I've got it up and shown it to you. Pretty cool. Pretty psyched. This is tech coolness. Yeah, Netsky, this is a lot of tech going on here. You did a great job, Gibbs. I'm so proud of you. Thank you, Davo. Thank you, man. Wait till I show it to you once it's running. I might just power up the camera as well, so I know that before I turn it on and put it up into the sky, I'll just make sure that we've got power and everything here. Make sure I'm receiving the signal from the camera as well. So I'll just turn this on. DJI light comes up, it should just go green. Two little buttons, two little side LEDs go red and green, and then it's on. Sounds like rats in the attic. Rats in the attic. Those kookaburras laughing? Were they? I mean, kookaburras are so common that I don't even hear them. I didn't hear a kookaburra. There's people playing, I mean, there's lawn bowls in the club. Okay. That's already on. One light green, one light red. Wait for the other one to go green. Why is that not green? One's red and one's, oh, you know why? It's because it hasn't got a video signal. So on both transmitter and receiver, there's a green and a red light. Green means it's transmitting and receiving. Red means there's no actual video feed pumping in. So if I was to turn this on, which I will do now, that other red light should turn green. Yep, that's green. And then if I go up to the actual receiver, there should be a green light on it as well, which I will do. Just let me get my ISO set up here, because this is how we can then switch between the two. I'll just go and check that. Yep, so it's got a signal. So now on the switcher, I should have a third signal. But before I change to the third camera angle, I'm going to just change the audio source. Now, this is something that you guys are going to have to remind me to do. Audio has to swap to, what's it got to swap to? It's got to swap to 3. Because we're not taking audio from that GoPro anymore. We're taking audio from the GH5 here. So I'll go down to audio, change to input 3 ski. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I see the that's interesting. That's the first time ever that I've not had an audio feed coming in when I've turned the GH5 on. Hopefully, I'm just checking, it's muted on the stream. See the yeah, there you go. Okay. Well, that was weird. There's a first for everything. So here we are. This is what I was doing there. So this device is mounted to this telescopic pole, which I'm going to extend upwards. This cable run has to stay with it. And I'm not even going to put it the whole height, but it's going to go up a fair distance. But so you guys can see that all happen. How can I put you down? Guess I'll just put you down here. Okay, I hope that fixed the... So that whole time... Okay, I hope that fixed the... So that whole time... Yeah, okay, so there you go. What was I rambling about? I was rambling about the step. Fixed it, yeah. Okay, so the lesson there is don't ignore the chat for too long. But I will say this, that is the very first time that I've had any issue with the Video Mic Pro Plus ever. I've had that thing for, I mean, back in the Danny Black days, right? This mic goes back Nick Cole days, and I've never, ever had an issue with it. And today, of all days when there's like hundreds of different tech things that could go wrong, the one thing that's gone wrong is the microphone didn't work when the GH5 turned on. And then when it did work, it was all crackly and I didn't. You live, you learn. So what I was saying about this, I'll just do this spiel one more time, because now that we do have audio. So this step here, this step never worked when I had the previous owners of this vehicle. They told me that this side step never worked. You've already seen it, but you know it does work now. I told James is my sister's partner. He's very mechanically minded, very tech savvy. There's three of them. There's one on the front on both sides and one at the back. These two on the front, they're a permanent fixture. They're not meant to slide out. I don't know, seems like a crazy design to not have them slide, but this one is always meant to slide. There's a switch on the dash, auto step on or off, but this has never worked. The previous owners told me that thing's never worked. Well, when James heard about that, he's like, oh, it never worked, eh? So he set about fixing it, and not only did he fix it, but he took it off and he built a van, like a stationary van, to simulate when I wasn't there with the van, because he's up in Sydney. And he built a mock van, and he got it working. Everything, like he sandblasted everything with glass, and he put on Deutsch connectors, and he basically got it working. And now it seems like something so subtle, it makes a huge difference getting in. Like before I had to like find the step, put my foot in there. Now I can just, like, so cool. I said to James, I don't care for that, man, don't worry, like we've got heaps of other stuff we should be worrying about. And he's like, I'm gonna do it. And he did it, and so I'm stoked. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, I'm just checking that stream. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a table out and I'm gonna put you on the table, and then we're gonna set up the awning, and then I'm gonna like get a beer, and then I'm gonna talk to you about all that's in here. It's pretty cool what we've got going on. So first table, let me just get that out. All right, table's up. Where's the awning going to come to? I might have to move this over a bit. This table's seen better days. This might be its last trip too. Look at this. We've got another table. Marty's got his own table. Actually, it's in the back. He left it with me. Are we level? We're level enough. All right. Something's really wrong with this leg though. Oh, it's broken, that's why. Shit, it's like literally snapped. I don't think this table's going to come with us. Alright, picture was perfect, Dugsy. So you were just saying that when that happened, video 10 out of 10, audio 0 out of 10. Yeah, that's my bad. I'm gonna crack this beer. Then I might actually turn this off because the idea with it was just to check. Let me show you this. Let me show you the shunt. Here is a device that tells you how much. Where's my ISO? This device here tells you how much juice you're using and how much juice you've got left. Now I've been using it pretty much all day, running tests and whatnot. We've used about 40%. We've got 68% left, and it tells me here there's 95 hours worth of usage left. I know it's on an angle and it's hard for you to see that on that angle, but that there, we had a lot of issues with setting it up, getting it working. It's all working fine now. And so I might, the top line there tells you how much amperage you're drawing. We're drawing 13 amps right now, and that's because this fridge is on freezer and it's on maximum freezage. So what I might do is turn the fridge off. We don't need it on at all. See, minus 22. Minus 22. I'll just turn it off here at the switch. So now the fridge is off. I'll show you that switch setup in a minute. First of all, I'm going to crack this beer though. Game changer. Now because I'm driving, I can only have one beer. The idea is not to camp out here, it's just to set up and have a relaxing time and show you guys the vehicle. Cheers as ears. I made this beer. Ice cold homebrew Pilsner. That's good. That's so good that it's that cold as well. Alright, so I'll set the awning up. This is just to show you guys, I suppose. Oh, there's a job I could do too. There is a little bit of glue that needs gluing. I've sussed this out. It's more of a two-man job, this. And there's two of them, right? Wasn't there two of those? I bought these. I'm sure there's two of them. They're here. I put them up there so that they'd fall out when I first used it. We need these extra guide ropes. That angle's not that great, is it? The vehicle's on too much of a... It's got to be over there. Moral of the story, don't take Murphy on the trip. No, I'm taking that. This is the greatest mic ever. By the way, these jeans, they look really really low down here. Hey, I just looked in there and I was like, what's going on with that? I have lost a lot of weight. I think you've got to do it this way. Got to get these out first. If you're going to do it one man, I thought you should do these at the same time. No, that doesn't make sense. See, this is where you need two people to really get it going. It is possible to do it one person, but it's not ideal. Oh. Take these down as well. Probably should put you further back, huh? Haven't really seen the setup very well because I didn't do this back greatly. I'll just move you further back. Just put you back here. Now you can see the setup taking place. That was a bad angle that I chose. That table's going to fall over. Is Marty sleeping under there? Yeah, he will be. I'll show you where he'll sleep actually. It's good that you've asked that question. So we'll just peg these down. I won't actually get this out, but I'll tell you what it is. In here, there is another awning basically. So this extra piece here attaches. It's got like a groove along there, slides in, and it comes down out again, double that length. So you got that amount, and then it comes out to here. But you can obviously angle it down on a slope, and that's where in this area Marty will put his swag there. But I will peg these down just because if it does get windy. Bought myself a little mallet here. I'll just peg these down just so that it's safe. Wow, hard ground. Yeah, so that's that. This is a great practice video. Totally, Netskis, totally. So these extra guide ropes are they're for Marty's extension. Marty extension. But I did have a job to do up here, I think. Yeah, let me just let me put on some lights here. Actually, let me do that again by plugging these in first. So yeah, lighting is important, and what happens if a storm hits this, everyone inside? Marty's obviously got a waterproof, you know, his swag is fully water sealed, but yeah, if it gets really gnarly, you know, inside. So what we've got going on here, this lighting here, this cabin lighting, so what we've done, I'm just going to crank up. What we've got going on here, these switches down here, 4 switches, I don't know how well you can see that. A little bit more light. Suitable for you to be able to see it. So these switches here, we've got cabin lights, we've got fridge, so the fridge is now off, we've got the inverter is running the inverter, and this one here, a water pump. Now I'll show you what the water pump's for right now. In this door here. We have 20 litres of running water. Turn it off. Now where this is going to and from, this goes back in there. I will show you, it's going to be difficult to the door, so I will show you this, but it's in there. How are we going to do this? This has to be a better system to pick this out of there. I had it set up, I don't know how I did it though. Oh, you know what I've done? Comes out the wrong. Hold on, I'm going to put you down. Audio is crackly again. Wow, I don't know. I mean, what the fuck is what could that? I'm going to just turn the camera off and back on again. Something to do with the audio connection from the GH5. I'll just turn it off and on. Yeah, like I said, I've never had any audio issues at all with the GH5, and this is the first for everything. Hopefully that's good. Yeah, like I said, I've never had any audio issues at all with the GH5. What did I do to fix it? I just unplugged it and plugged it back. Yeah, it could just be a connector that's becoming old, you know. Maybe I need to like put some rubbing alcohol on it or something. What was I going to tell you? Oh yeah, hold on a sec. I'm going to show you the water bottle. Did you hear my spiel about the water though? Like, did that come through or not? This is going to be super tight in here, but it's worth showing you. Whatever you touched fixed it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that was. Like I said, I've never had any issues with the GH5 with the Video Mic Pro, but if it happens again, be sure to tell me. I wonder how it starts though. Anyway, so this water situation, so I showed you this tap here, right? And it's powered by this switch. Well, inside the vehicle, we'll go in this way. I'll get rid of my glasses. Inside, underneath the bed matting, down here, we'll go a little lower in down here, there is another dual battery. So there's a battery down here, battery here, and water container over here. So the way this works, it's 20 litres. You don't need to take this cover off. This cover here just goes back on. You don't need to take this off. This is permanently sealed up. When you need water to drink or to have a shower, this is one of the ways we can do it. There's another way you can use water, but this is the quick and easy. This is the shotgun method. You have a surf or whatever and you want to just rinse off the salt water. That's an easy way to do it. I'll show you the other way another time when we're out there in the bush, but this is just a quick and easy method. But what I really wanted to show you about this was, this is all permanently fixed in here, all hardwired in 12 volt DC for the power. But when you need to fill this up, so let me just jump out. I'll just check that the audio is good while I don't want to do this whole spiel and have bad audio. Yeah, okay, so the audio is good. So when you need to fill this up at a service station, you go around here, and how do you know it's empty? Well, there's no water in it. You're using it and nothing's coming out. So it's so tight back here, but to do with the camera it's difficult. But this one here, this light blue one, plugs into a regular tap and you start filling up. When you see water coming out this, that's when you know it's full. It's just an overflow. So you can be at a service station, you've got 20 meters of hose, you run it to their tap. If they haven't got a tap for you, I've got a 3x handle. This is a generic setup of a handle of a tap. Show it to you. This guy here can pretty much turn any tap on if they haven't got a handle, because they often take handles off so people don't water, so you can just use that to turn it back on. All the fittings that you might need as well here, universal. So that's how you fill it back up. Now that's only 20 litres of water, but that's enough for drinking and for just a temporary quick shotgun shower. Like I said, I will explain the full water situation on another video when we are out there in the wild. I didn't peg these down properly. Doesn't matter because we're not staying here. You should do that, but it doesn't matter because we're not here permanently. I will rewire this wiring. That's incorrectly set up there. Let me just do that. Are you kidding me? I just explained why we should do this and I didn't, and it fell out. So you probably should do it. That was almost like clockwork. Do the right thing, do it once, and be done. Yeah, now that's how I did it. Yeah.
You don't come out this door, you come out that door. Are we good still? I could bring this a bit closer now that it's set up. Just bring you over a little closer. Talk about some other things that we've got in here. Might need another table though. Probably going to throw this out. Let's put you down there. That's a pretty cool angle. You get to see the awning there. Pretty windy here. Jeez, I'm glad I pegged it all down. Oh. Comtech, how you doing, man? Video and audio is good. Thank you, dude. How you going, Comtech? Looking forward to the impending bull market. I am. Bring it on. Impending. Is that the right word? Impending. Incoming. We have had some audio issues on this stream with this first time ever with the Video Mic Pro Plus. I think it's resolved now, but everything is good. Cool. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll put this back. I'll put this back in where it goes. Just wanted to show you the other dual battery. That's the second dual battery. And the water canister, because I'm pretty chuffed by that. Like in many ways, not on these particular streams, not on the Northern Territory, the Uluru streams, but in many streams coming after we come back and I'm going up and down the coast to go surfing. That's going to be so handy. You like get out after a surf, it's like, dude, just been surfing, want to have a shower, literally just turn this on. Shower myself down. We've got another fitting, different handle for the full shower. You can wedge it up there and get a full shower going on. In the summer when it's hot, you just want a cold shower. In the winter, you definitely need, by the way, I got to remember to close that. When Marty and I went out the other day, we didn't close it and it leaked. And this is drinking water as well, so it's drinkable, bottleable, potable, and showerable, but cold. But in the summer, that's all you need in Australia. You have to clean the connector later. Is it fucked up again? Is that audio going sketchy again? Hope not. No, it's all good now. It's still good. Thank you, Comtech. Thank you. Yeah, and so I'll show you the Starlink while we're here as well. I'll show you that because you know, the Starlink in conjunction with the LiveView Solo is what makes live streaming IRL a reality. And by the way, Starlink have just released in Australia as well the Starlink Mini. I'm not looking while I'm doing this, I should be watching. The Starlink Mini is a smaller dish suitable for IRL streamers and big pecs. Pretty psyched about that. I don't need one because I've got my setup pretty much how I want it now. But certainly an intriguing piece of hardware, the Starlink Mini. For those that are thinking about how can I do IRL streams and you don't want to do all this, you just want to be able to go out and take a bike ride or go up the beach or something, the Mini is just, what? DC powered, fits in a big pick, you can just walk around holding it if you want and stream. Like, super cool. Now my battery on my iPad is just giving me a 10% warning, so check this out. think I need more power. Well, hold on a second. How do you get that? Well, you plug it into this. So I'm going to do that. USB skis. And that's running off the inverter. That's one of the 240 volts. There's a couple of devices that are 240. There's that. What else is 240? All of my additional USB ports are 240. Everything else is 12 volt DC. The inverter just makes a couple of things work. Yo, Netsky over on DLive thumbs up. Hey, can you, while you're there, Netskis, can you do me a favor? I'm not asking for donations, but can you donate just one of the small ones, like a lemon? Just want to see that stuff, like, I want to make sure that the Tidy Labs alerts are working. And I've got the, you know, like, the Kick, if you do exclamation drink, that should come up with the Kick stuff and all that. I haven't been able to watch it and listen, but I'm just going to, I'm going to put this back, close this up. You've already done that, Netsky? You did it already? Okay, cool. So it's working. Okay, cool. Mayonnaise? Wow! Exclamation drink. You've already done that, Netsky? You did it already? Okay, cool. So it's working. Mayonnaise? Wow! Did they not work? The gangbang and the drink? It seemed like it was pretty low on sound. Let me test. Nah, it didn't work? Okay. Okay.
Yo, 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 yo. Wow. And therein lies the joy.
Well, that one worked. Hey, thanks for the follow there, Marie. Was it Marissa? Marissa? Thank you for the follow. How you doing? That was a follow on Kick. I appreciate that.
And therein lies
How you doing?
the joy.
This is a temporary. This is a this is a preliminary stream. If you want to see some real streaming, come back this time next week when my friend Marty and I are taking this machine from the East Coast. We're driving all the way into the center of Australia to visit the world famous Ayers or Uluru, the big red rock in the center of Australia. We're going out there, we're live streaming the whole freaking thing. Well, maybe not the whole thing, but we're going to live stream a lot of it. I was going to put this back. Hang on a second. Sup, Gibbs? Maria Madness. I like that handle. I like some madness, and I like the name Maria. Maria. How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Maria. I see six viewers on the Kick machine. Hey Kick, thanks. How you doing? These are really cool. These lights. they're so cool because you've also got this other way to connect them to things, like just a little strap, so you can just wrap them around a pole. And they're magnetized, so you can just like ding them anywhere. Pretty sweet. Like, and I got 4 of them. Got 4 of them. They're from this company called Hardcore. Not endorsement, not sponsored, but the rad thing is, when it comes to charging, which you'd obviously do the next day when you've left the site, you just plug all 4 of them in, and bamskis. And that's why I've got like not just this guy, but I've also got another one of those, but a smaller version of it in the front cabin. For all the things that we drain overnight, I can easily just put them on charge, and then as we're driving throughout the day, it's like they're all fully charged. You'd charge them without even like checking them. You just do it as a matter of course. Although we probably should just check it, I suppose, and see how long they do last. Yo, Jack, how you doing, Jack? How's it going? What's cracking, Jackin'? You got a good name, dude. I do love myself a Jack. Cool setup. It's Netski's. Didn't I tell you guys, like, it's a long process, but I'm working towards something that's going to be pretty rad, and I'm stoked that we've got where we are. You know, it's taken a long while to get here, but we're here now. So let me Starlink, the thing that really is psyching me out. I'll just close this tailgate. Oh, hang on, I haven't really shown you the back here. Let me just make it look a little bit more presentable. So I'll just show you the rear of the vehicle, just so that you can, you know, see what the scope is back here. This, to be honest, this isn't what I would have done if this was my setup. I wouldn't have chosen this, but this is how it was when we bought it, or when I bought it. Unfortunately, it's got 4 drawers, but they're all the same. So the drawers are pretty rad, and they're lengthy, but they're narrow. They're not very deep. If I had have done this myself, I would have done like one deep drawer on this side and these 2 here. So the problem with this is you can only fit like narrow things in here, like, you know, this kind of stuff that's got to fit in that gap. So I think that's a mistake, the previous owners that did that, because it does take up all of the rear of the vehicle. Here's Marty's table, by the way. That's his table. Did you see it? Australian cockatoos. Dragons. It's like a dragon. So in here is the slumbers quarters. Oh, am I going to be embarrassed? Am I going to embarrass myself? I don't really regard this as embarrassing, but check this out. People that do like... Shush! Thanks. People that do van life, like camping streamers and stuff, they might shy away from this. They might not want to tell you this, but hey, look, for as long as I've been alive, I've been peeing. And I'm pretty certain as long as you've been alive, you've needed to pee as well, right? At some point you need to take a whiz. So when you're camping and you're all tucked up nicely, you know, you're in bed and it's nighttime, it's raining and that, you don't have to get out of bed and pee, right? So you'll often hear people talk about a pee bottle, piss pot. I've got my setup here. Pretty sick. It's enough for 4 nights worth. And yeah, well, do I need to explain it? Your pecker goes in there, pees down that little cavity and ends up in here. Then when you get to a place that's sort of suitable, you just take it out and then you dump it and then you clean it. Probably while you're showering, you probably should clean it as well. And you probably should get, and I've got a list of things I should be buying, probably should buy a spray bottle of, what's it called? Hand sanitizer, right? A spray one that you can just spray the outside with. Yeah, I'm not embarrassed by anything. Like, hey, keep it down up there. it kind of pisses me off when these van lifers present this, you know, oh, everything's perfect. And well, what about when you got to take a shit? You know, like how do you do that? Oh, we don't talk about that. Well, if you're going to present this alternate lifestyle, how about you show us the reality of it, like what actually goes down? So that's how I pee. As far as shitting goes, I take 1 dump a day, and it's why I eat wheat bix in the morning for breakfast. I have 4 bix of wheat, which is like in Australia, it's kind of like a compressed, it's like shredded wheat, but it's compressed into a brick form. And I have 4 of those with milk, with no sugar, just four up, straight up, full cream milk, and usually a hot beverage, like usually a tea. On the weekends I go crazy and have a coffee, but tea usually, and that is enough to get me doing my one and only poo of the day. And so to poo when you're traveling around like in a van, you're gonna need a shovel, like a little spade, because you're not like, I hate people that just take a dump, wipe their ass and just leave the paper and shit. You gotta dig the hole, you gotta shit in it, then you gotta bury it. So I got a spade, haven't got it here, but I got a spade, little shovel, toilet paper, hole, plop, shovel, spade, cover up, walk away. No one even knows it's there. Do the right thing is what I'm saying. It's what I'm suggesting for those yahoos that want to take a shit in the bush. Because the worst thing is when you get to a campsite and there's like a graveyard of toilet paper. It's like, oh, that's where they've all been shitting. You could easily have just dug a little hole, even with your hands, you know? Four days seems a little gross. Well, Maria, it's like 4 days kind of like is the maximum. So you want to look for a place earlier than that so you can dump it. But if you don't find a place, at least you know you've got 4 days worth, approximately. Depends how much you drink. Are you going to do some dinner evening streams on your adventures so people will be able to watch? Yo, Jack, yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, obviously, the bulk of the streams will be my time, Australia time, East Coast Australia or Central Australia. We're going to cross the time zone. Yeah, we cross into Adelaide. Most of it will be our time zones, but like I said, because we got the Starlink, which I'm going to show you in a second, we're going to be streaming all of it. I mean, I'm not going to let it roll. I'm just going to leave it on. I bet it smells wonderful. Well, I've slept in this van now 5 times in total, and it does get a little, it's not great. It's not as ideal as a bathroom, I'm gonna be honest, but you gotta be able to calm down up there. Can you hear all that? You gotta be able to forego something. If you wanna go out and you wanna go camping and you wanna do exploring, there are things that you've got to forego. I will say this though, all those things are getting less and less. You know, like right now I'm streaming from internet that arguably is better than people have in their homes. So things, and like you got showers, you got running cold water, I've got a running hot water system, I will show it to you another time. So all of the things that used to be like kind of like really sketchy about camping, they're slowly getting pushed away. You got a fridge and a freezer, dude. I got a fridge and freezer. Like, what? That's a thing that I didn't have in Steve Van, and it was like, every time you go away, you got to make sure every second or third day you go back to civilization to get a bag of ice to keep we call it an esky, to keep the cooler cool, the chiller. Now I don't need that. I got a full-blown freezer that goes down to minus 22 Celsius. That's crazy. Are you on the road trip now? No, Maria, no, the road trip starts next week. This time this time that we are right now, wherever you're watching, this will be the first evening of that road trip. And we're going to a festival. I don't know if I'm going to stream much of that because we're going to a free music festival. That was Marty's idea. Let me show you the Starlink. I'll close this. So check this out. We're going to go up onto the roof here. So we're gonna climb up onto the back of GoVan. I'll get up on the very top for you. Oh, the angle's all wrong, but who cares? Good view from up here too. Oh, I'm gonna tell you a funny story as well. All right, so here we are on the top of GoVan, and this device here is the Starlink. This is what's going into the great abyss. It's a bit too bright. Into the sky. Satellites are going ching 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 ching. It's all coming down here into this thing. This is the Starlink. This is called the Generation 3 Starlink. They used to call them the Dishy McDish. They're not called that anymore. They're just Starlink Dish. It's mounted here permanently. Oh, by the way, here is the transmitter or the receiver. That's what's sending, that signal's coming from this camera is going into that, and that's what's going into the stream. This here is obviously a solar panel. 220 watts of solar permanently mounted. The funny story I was going to tell you is, in this space here goes the hot water system, and over here goes the 2 jerry cans of extra fuel. And then down here where my legs are on this side is where Marty's swag is going to go. And so when we were testing this, I was doing a test setup stream, not a stream, just the test, just getting it together with Marty. And the way that you mount these things on here is, see this groove? See that groove there? You slide in the little slot and then you screw into it and it pulls the thing, pulls it tight. So that's how that works. But what I did was I put them, you got to put them in on this opening. I put in the 2 and then I flicked them with my finger. I went flick and it flicked all the way along and it went underneath the solar panel, like in that gap. It was actually in here, but it went in there and underneath all the way up to the back, up to there. And I was like, are you kidding me? And that's like, that's sealed. Like, there's no way I could get them. I was like, Marty! I was like, I've just messed up. I was like, what have you done? And I explained it to him. It wasn't as bad as I thought. We got a stick off a tree and we sort of wedged it in there and managed to sort of angle it around and then just lever it and sort of wedge it back out. But so remind me when I do this on the actual, because the reason that stuff's not up here right now, the reason I haven't mounted everything up here permanently is because this vehicle, as it stands right now, without that stood up, if that was pulled back down, this fits inside a conventional garage underground. So it only just fits, by the way, like we're talking like millimeters of gap. So when we go to start this epic adventure, I'll bring it out and put everything on. But when I do that, I'll put my finger up there to stop it from sliding and I'll just do it very, very gently. Once you make a mistake, yeah, don't do it again. Well, I don't anyway. Let's get back down off here. You get a good view of the van from up here. Up top. GoVan. Here is the 4G antennas going in, by the way. I did all that. It's not the greatest, but it's watertight. 4G. I'll show you where that is. Probably you can't see it from over here. I'll get down and show you where the 4G, 2 different 4G antennas. Let me just get off the roof though. Here's the first 4G antenna, just over here. By the way, this antenna right here, for those that have known me and have watched my content for years, all of my streaming, everything that you've seen on DLive, all of that streaming was through this antenna. Now, it wasn't mounted to my vehicle. This antenna was mounted to the roof of my house, and funnily enough, it was over that way, and it was pointed at a 4G antenna, 4G tower over there. But that was how I did all of my streaming, through this guy. We didn't have land-based internet. Didn't have it, so I used that instead, and it was to get to those days when it worked well, which I think by the end of it we had sussed out every day. Took a while. It needs you need a good, strong processing computer, and you need line of sight to a 4G tower with a MIMO antenna, multi-in, multi-out. Here is the other 4G antennas, these two here, multi-in, multi-out, for that's a different, so two different carriers. Like in Australia we got Telstra and Optus, so you want to use both of them and you mix them together. So I'm mixing Telstra and Optus and Starlink to get this stream to work. And that's how these ones are. I'm going to show you these lights one time when we're out and it's nighttime. You'll be like, holy, turn that down, you've lit up the whole freaking world. Pretty bright, pretty cool. Let me just put this, where'd my beer go? Here. Jack, do you have a tyre, air compressor and a repair kit? Yes, I do. I'll show it to you. I have a first aid kit, that's important. There's a few things I got to get for this though. I want to get, do you know first aid kits in Australia don't have painkillers in them? So I'll get a whole bunch of painkillers and pop them in there. Have this air compressor here, which is 12 volt. I've got a 12 volt outlet at the back of the vehicle. I've got like 5 of them up front in different various locations, but this is how, once we let the air down and to get on sand and stuff, you got to down to 15 or 16 psi on the sand, then we just put it back up. Actually, you know what I should do? I should just make sure this works. While we're here, thanks for asking, Jack. While we're here, we might as well test it, eh? That's what the point of the stream is. Let's get this out. I'll just put you up here. Is that going to stay there though? I might just put you down on the ground. I don't think it's not going to stay there. I'll just put you over here. A bit sketchy on the back of the, yeah, you can see it there. Okay, let me just test this. That takes out the cabin lights, obviously. I'd say that works. I'd say we're good. So yeah, thanks for asking. A puncture repair kit I don't have. But I do have a spare tyre, so we have at least a spare tyre, and I've taken it off and checked it. It does come off, it does work. So a puncture repair kit would be pretty cool, but I don't have one. Where else do you stream? Just Kick and D-Live. Yo, Maria, I stream, I stream, it's kind of weird. I'm kind of focused on Kick, I suppose, but there's an issue with that. The issue is Kick, much like D-Live, they remove your VODs after a certain amount of time. So this stream is basically a Kick stream, and so will the main, like the big trip starting next week. That'll all be Kick. But to make it last, I'm also restreaming it to YouTube and Facebook and a couple of other places. But the idea is that if I don't do it to YouTube, after that VOD disappears, it's gone. So I've got to stream it to YouTube as well. So YouTube is like the housing place, and like Kick is like the focus, I suppose. And yeah, back in the day, it was D-Live. D-Live really did me dirty, really badly. So I'm kind of bitter on D-Live, but I do still stream there. So, and you should, if you're on D-Live, you should be clicking that button every day for your token incentive, because they're just giving you money at this point. You should be clicking it. I'm clicking it every day. That's a crypto thing though. We can talk crypto, but not tonight. But we talk crypto a lot. But Doug, it seems when you move the camera, audio plays up. Good now. Oh wow. Did it? Yeah, okay. What I might do, and I won't do it now, but I might do it tomorrow. I might just take out the audio cable and give it a good clean, because I think that's what we're dealing with here. By the way, it's gotten dark quick, hasn't it? Let's drop this down a bit. Wow. Really gotten dark really quick. I'm getting out of D-Live too, Marie. Really? You're having a hard time there, or? Let me see how this works. If I put these lights. Oh, that's aluminium. That sucks. No. Oh, that's okay. I'm just gonna use this little around the pole. Doesn't matter that it's aluminium. I'll show you this in a second. So I wanted to put these lights, of which I've got 4. I wanted to put them up on this section of the awning, so that then it would give me light to here. But that's aluminum. But with the idea of these, you can just use this little. Let me show you. You can just use this and wrap it around a pole, and you can put it on anything. Pretty sweet. Wow! Dalski, how you doing, Dalski? Cheers, man. Good to see you, buddy. Little test stream here. I'd encourage you to go back and watch the beginning of it when I finish. I'm going to finish in about half an hour or so. I'm working tomorrow at 4:30 a.m. What time is it now? Yeah, it's 5 p.m. I'm working tomorrow at 4:30 a.m. So I'm going to have this one beer and I'm going to wrap it up here. But I feel like we've talked about everything. We've shown everything.
Wow. And therein lies the joy.
I might just glue. I'm going to use some glue.
Mayonnaise! Wow!
I brought this specifically to do this job. I'm just going to glue that light back up a little. It needs to be a little higher up. Is this open? It's not open yet. It's not going to happen until I got to pierce the... These are one use only, these things. Let me just do this. No, that didn't work at all. This glue is rubbish. Just got to put a lot of pressure on it for a bit. Any other questions while we're here? I can see the chat from here. Dale, people are banned if they break streamer rules. This applies to everyone. Who got banned? Who got banned from where? Poker time. Sounds gay. Who's gay? So who is gay? Who is gay? So who is gay? Who is gay? Who you talking? Who's gay, Marie? Who is gay? So yeah, just a reminder, if anyone's watching and they're not too sure what they're seeing, this is just a preliminary test stream. In a week from now, my friend Marty and I will be on the road, doing a road trip to Alice Springs or Uluru. I'd encourage you to swing by and check it out if you want. Hey, turn the volume off. Yeah, we're about to do this road trip. This is just kind of like, sort of like one of the last tests, I guess, to see that everything's working. And I'm pretty happy that it is. We've got to adjust those Streamlabs, the kick alerts. I'll do that now. Hey boys. Yeah, I'll do that now. I'll go in and adjust the volume. Can we do a test again? What was going on? I'll check it first. I'll check it first. So I'll go into. Oh, wait a second. Let me see if I can just save this glue. Even though I just said it's one use only, I'll see if I can get a second use out of it. Typically these things don't like getting used twice. Oh, the other thing I can do while we're here, doesn't matter. I was going to say I've got another light that I can bring out. Don't need it. Don't need it. So they're not working, Neteeeee. They're not working at all. Soundbite. Okay, let me just check why that might be the case. I will need my glasses for this though. Oh, here they are right here. Let me just close this door too. Okay, let me check this. Let me go to Lightstream. Actually, it's not even going to be in there, is it? It's going to be in. It's going to be in Botrix. Interesting, yeah, I just tried one. Exclamation shop. I can't remember my own commands. Okay, trumpet, that's an easy one. Exclamation trumpet. There's really scratchy audio. Is that been that way the whole time, dudes? Hold on a second, that's shithouse. I just took the microphone out, so now we're just running with GH5 audio. I'm going to just check if it's the microphone. Yeah, that was really scratchy before. Yeah, Netskis. That's going to be weird. Okay, why haven't we got those to be? That's going to be weird. I want to get those running before we leave. That's going to be weird. Let's go to Botrix. I haven't logged in here to Botrix on my iPad, but I'll do it. There we go, log in with Twitch. They just sent me a code to my phone. How's those birds? Okay, just logging in here to kill that, accept the cookies, sign in with Kik or settings. Alright, so what are we looking for? Integrations? No. Widgets. Chat, emotes on screen, giveaways, surveys, channel ping, emote combo. What are we looking for? Alerts. Let me just test one here. Okay. I tested a gifted and it worked. But that's not what we want to test, is it? Gives games like Air Force One, is a football in the boot. The football. What are we looking for here? We're looking for loyalty. Is it loyal? Is it loyalty? It's got weird. Yeah. No. Integrations. Alerts. No, what are we looking for? Shop. What are we looking for? It's not there. Chatbot? It's not in the chatbot. Profile? It's in loyalty. Store. Widget URL. Okay, hold on a second, dudes. I don't think I'd added this URL to the setup. My bad. Hold on, let me do it. Third-party browser integrations. Browser source. Paste. Copy, preview. Wait, that's the wrong. Is that the wrong URL? What the fuck is that? What is it? Oh man. Not yet. Marty, not yet. Loyalty system. I thought that's what I needed, but that's already in there. I'm confused. Okay. Hey, Rob Max in the house. Yo, Robski. How you doing, man? Good to see you, Rob. We're just doing a little dark. It's a bit dark here. We're just doing a little test stream. Been streaming for a little while now. Oh, that battery's going to go flat on the GH5. I guess I should crank that up too. ISO, I'll crank it up. Yeah, that's probably going to, when that turns off, I'll just put the new battery in. Can someone check? I'm going to just do...
I'm not like some madman. Yeah, I love it.
I just did that. Hopefully that works. Fixed it. I hadn't put it in. I hadn't added it to the stream, to the
That's gonna be weird.
light stream. Okay.
Hello there!
That's going to be weird. Now you can gangbang it up and you can do all the... If anybody doesn't know what we're talking about, type the word !shop and it'll show you what you can do.
I just farted.
Yeah.
Mayonnaise! Wow!
I'm going to go back to Rob, sorry, I
Fucking
saw
let me,
you on
bitch.
YouTube as well, Rob. Sorry, dude. I
Fucking let me,
I was in
bitch.
Vic at the time because I wanted to make sure these things were working, but I do see you on the YouTube. And I was explaining before to Maria that these streams, starting next week, this time next week, when we actually start the trip to Uluru, by the way, if you didn't see it, we've got it sorted, man. Go back to the start of this stream. Go back on YouTube when we finish and go to the start. This stream, seamless, well, from what I could see, seamless Starlink and 4G driving while streaming. Pretty psyched. This time next week we'll be on the road. We'll be setting up for our first night at this time next week. Pretty excited. Now you said for the nuke, what did you say for the nuke gives? Netskis? I can't remember what that was in relation to. I'm back on the Restream chat now, so I can see all of the chats. Like if anyone's chatting on Twitch or on Trovo or on Facebook, it'll pull it all in. And Kick, by the way, I believe. Actually, can someone just put a chat comment in Kick and I'll verify that? I'm pretty certain. I only want to really look at one chat, and if it happens to be the Restream chat that pulls them all in, then that's better. So just put a chat
Use
comment
the
in
hole,
the Kick machine.
bridge
I'll
the hole,
verify that.
or fill the hole.
Yeah, there you go. Exclamation use. How are you going to use your hole? Barbecue Jim, how you doing, man? How you doing? With a lovely comment from Barbecue Jim. How you going, buddy? Let me just lower this down a little. Just put it like that. Where's my Oh, we are level. We were level. Yeah, swish. Yeah, so I'm pretty stoked. I'm pretty stoked. Everything's coming down to it now. It's all, you know, like the mechanical issues, the situations, like the dramas and the things that have unfolded, the money that's been spent, all this stuff is done, and now all that's got to be done is pick up Marty and start the drive. And so that's happening this time next week. Like I said, we'll be at our first camping location this time next week. So I'm chuffed that it's working. Oh, while we're here, should we just do this? Because before it didn't work because the batch... Oh, hang on. No, there's no red light yet. I just wanted to show you guys, the setup we've got right now, the audio was a bit sketchy before, and it might... No, the audio is going to be fine because we're on the GH5 audio. I will rectify that, but what I was trying to show you before when we walked away was that we are using the GH5 streaming back to the van with the DJI video transmission, and we can, and this is what I was trying to say before, we can walk, technically we can go 6 kilometers away from the van. So the van is doing all the streaming. All the stuff that's making the stream work is in the van, and I've got a transmitter. You guys have seen it before. I'm looking at it right now. It's fully green, 2 bars. We can walk as far away. Well, in this situation, we can't go too far because this park doesn't go very far, or this area. I'm just going to drop that down a little. But this is the beauty of it. So when we pull up to, like, you know, a beautiful waterhole or a gorge or, you know, something that's rad, we park up and we're streaming and we park up. GoVan sits there, the stream just keeps going on. We take this camera out and off we go and we walk as far as we want. 6 kilometers is the distance. I don't think it's going to work, I can't see it working 6 kilometers, but I can see it working a kilometer away, or in this case, just whatever we are here, just up to the end. So that's what I was trying to show you before, but for the first time ever, we've had microphone issues on the Video Mic Pro Plus. So yeah, we're over here, GoVan's over there. I know you're getting wind noise now. I might just try to...
Hello there!
Back in. It's pretty windy, and the GH5 doesn't have any... I just plugged in the Mic Pro Plus just to sort of see if I could mitigate that wind noise. Don't know how it's going to work, but it might be scratchy from here on the way back. But I'm pretty psyched on that. Like that, just get out of the vehicle and I can show you like big open skies, sunsets, you know, kangaroos and things and stuff. Yeah. And the idea of it is that I'm not tethered to the vehicle. Well, I'm tethered to 6 kilometers, but the stream can always do its thing and you guys can come with. Whereas before, we had to rely on like, is there a 4G tower nearby? Can we keep the stream running? Maybe we can, maybe we can't. Now, we've got our own 4G tower. It's called Starlink. It's pretty expensive though, so if you want to help out, there's donations in the YouTubes. Go to the YouTube About section of this stream and there are ways to donate. And oh, there's a rad way. If you're thinking about getting a Starlink, holy shit, I forgot about this. Do this. If you're thinking, I'm going to get a Starlink just for home, I don't care about doing this crazy IRL stuff that this guy does, but I want good internet at home, and you're going to buy Starlink, all you got to do is click my link and use that link and you get the first month free and I get a month free. So in theory, if 2 people do that, the whole Starlink, the whole trip with this guy and Starlink will be free. If 2 people use my referral link, just 2, and you get a month free. So if you know anyone that's thinking about buying a Starlink, just send them my link. It's in the About section on the YouTube stream. Go to the YouTube channel, give us a minute. Go to the About section on this video or on this live stream, and there's a referral link. Use that. Anybody can use it. Doesn't matter if you know me or don't, you can just use it and get a month for free. Like what? I'll tell you what, nobody told me about those referral links when I signed up. I didn't do a referral link. Someone should have said, use my referral. Do it. Sick! So psyched. So psyched. This is going to be rad. All right. Where's my ISO machine here? Let's crank the ISO up here. Be a bit hideous because it's backlit. But... Now, where's that beer? Sounds like a Toothboy stream. Where's your windsock? Yeah. I know that was happening. Who was it? That was Dale, right? I can't take you anywhere, Dale. So there was something wrong before with the microphone. I just took the fitting out. I'm going to use some isopropyl alcohol, isopropyl rubbing alcohol. I'm going to clean the fittings. I think that's what it was. That's all it could have been. Put a sock on it. Sounds like a Toothboy stream. That's awesome. Hello there. Netsky, did you do a hello there? Was that in time with the sounds like a Toothboy stream? Hello there. That's awesome. 6 kilometer range. That's incredible, right? Barbecue Jim, line of sight.
Hello there.
Right now, get on the hill between you and the van. It might not be as good. That's it. And Barbecue, you weren't here for this, but that's why we've got this dude. And you're right. There'll be when there's line of sight interference. That's when it won't work.
I'm not like some madman.
This is the receiver.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
It goes up as long as this cable is. So that's going to go up way higher when we need it. It just didn't do it today. I actually didn't tighten it, so it's my mistake. But it will go higher. It'll definitely be. Yeah, we'll be able to mitigate some of the mountains. Not all of them though. Pretty cool though. Yo, Sven, over on Facebook. Is that Sven? Is that no, Sven Henschel? What, Sven DeWitt? Who's Sven DeWitt? But I'll answer your question, Sven. But it's not the Sven. But did you change your last name on Facebook? Is there a mission? Yeah. The mission is to go out to the Rock, to Alice Springs, Uluru. But we are going across west out of New South. The stream. By the way, the stream starts at Sydney Harbour Bridge. We're going from one icon to the next. Well, in between there'll be shit, but we're going from the icon of the Sydney Harbour Bridge and the Opera House. I'm going to show it to you. We're going to crack some champagne. We're going to say happy times, and then we're going to drive out, and we're going to wind up. Well, at some point we'll get to the Rock, but we're going to. And by the way, we were going to come through Adelaide, but I think we're going to avoid it. I think we're going to cut north and go sort of like, what's that place where they filmed Mad Max? It's not Flint. Well, we're going to get to the Flinders, but anyway, it's on the border of SA and New South. Little town, starts with S. Can't remember the name of it. It's right on the tip of my head. Anyway, we're going to do that, and then we were going to come down south. We're going to go and see James Emming, but now I think we're not going to do that. We're going to just keep going, cut across. There is a bit of a time restraint with Marty. Marty's got 5 weeks totes, and that's it. He might have to eject and take a flight back. And if that happens, I'll just keep going. I'll keep moving. Fill the hole. Show off the freezer, Gibbs. I already did, yeah. Yeah, Dale, the outback is very flat, so hills shouldn't be a problem. That's true. That's true, skis. Do they make battery power? Silverton! Dunsky! Thank you, man. Silverton starts with an S. Border town of New South and Victoria. New South and South Australia. Someone's breaking into a store over there. But yeah, Silverton, we're going to Mundi Plains. We're going to stop there, and then we were going to come back down, but now we're going to just keep going across, wind up at the Flinders Ranges. Sven, no, it's Sven from Belgium. Are you going to stop and surf? Oh, Sven, sorry, dude. My apologies, man. I have a friend whose name is also Sven, and it's not that you're not a friend of mine, but it's when I see that name, I just instantly think of Sven. But you're from Belgium, so we've met, or we're just Facebook friends through. You know what? You could be on my photography page, right? What was the question? Oh, are you going to stop and surf? No, this trip is going to be inland. We're not going anywhere near the coast. I live on the coast. I'm here all the time. So this trip, I don't mind forsaking the coast for 6 weeks. It's going to suck, but yeah. I just made a decision. I'm like, well, there's going to be East Coast up and down missions now that this is all up and running. It's going to happen, but for this one, it's inland only. The newcomers didn't see the freezer. Oh, okay, I'll pull it out. Thank you, Netsky. I'm excited as well. I'll pull it out. Here we go. Fridge and freezer here. Just for shits and giggles, today I ran the freezer at minus 22 Celsius. I don't know, when would you ever need it that cold? You don't, but I did. So, still ice cold in here. Look, icicles, frozen. Yeah, I'm probably going to use that as the freezer. This one's not turned on. You can choose which one you want, but that's not turned on. Freezer, this will be the fridge. This is amazing, just because every other time that I've done a mission in my previous van, Steve van, we didn't have this, and you had to find a service station, a gas station, get ice every couple of days. So you can have like a cooler, and you can keep meat and cheese and stuff. But every now and then you got to think, oh fuck, got to go and get ice. Well now, no need to. Don't need to. Perfect. So psyched. So psyched. A battery-powered relay. That is actually a pretty cool idea. Imagine going for a walk in the bush or in the woods, and you're like, okay, how about now? It's about 3 kilometers. Put down a relay, turn it on, keep walking. stream gets bumped across the relay to the next one. That's pretty cool. I don't think that exists, but that's a pretty cool idea. Does blockchain solve that? No, it does not. 3 batteries in GoVan. Yeah, 3 batteries. Main battery for the driving of the vehicle and all the you know, regular startup and all that sort of stuff, and then 2 separate batteries for all the streaming gear. And by the way, I showed it to you. Guess I could show it to you again. There is a shunt. I'd never heard this word used this way before, but there's a thing called a shunt, and what the shunt does, it shows you the current drain from the battery, and it also gives you a life expectancy of how much more power you have. So if you're draining the battery, it'll tell you you've got X amount of time left. Here is the shunt in this vehicle that we installed. I'll have to go in here and just change some settings. Just give me a second. ISO crank up to 6400. I'll show you the shunt down here. We'll press this button. It's going to be difficult for you to see on this lens, but there it is there. It's doing its thing. At the moment it says we've got 59% drained. I'll just put this back. It says 59% has been drained, and it says we have 9 hours of usage left. Now, to be completely fair, that's not accurate, I don't think. But 9 hours of usage is a lot, right? And at that point, that's when you start pulling things off, when you start turning things off. In my mind, that won't happen. Where are we here? That's what I was thinking, Barbecue Jim, the dropping off of the battery-powered relays. That's a pretty cool idea. I'm sure some pathetic douchebag will try to crap on the streams. Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be the haters. But for those of you that know me and that you've been here for the long time, you know this is a long time coming, you know? We've been planning this for a while. That's a good beer. That's a finished good beer. It's from Finland. No, it is not. Well, I feel like that's sort of everything that I wanted to show you guys. I'm stoked for the trip. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. Is there anything anyone wants to know before we kind of wrap this up? Because I mean, I am working tomorrow at 4:30 a.m. It is now 5:30 p.m. So I've got to sort of get myself sorted for work tomorrow. I'm going to wrap it up here. I feel like, yeah, I've shown you guys everything. Pretty psyched for it. If you're interested in following along, come back this time next week, and we will already be live. At this time next week, we'll be in the midst of it. You should go back and watch the VOD of this stream to see the motion, because we did drive around and we used the Starlink. We're driving and streaming, so I want you guys to see that. If you've got any comments about that, like, because I'm going to have Marty with me, I'm probably not going to use text-to-speech this time. Previously we did TTS when we were driving, but I'm probably not going to do that this time. But if you've got any suggestions or comments about how that might work better, I'm all ears. But yeah, for the time being, I'll watch the replay. Yeah, please do, Dale. Yeah, please do. I think for the time being, we'll wrap it up here, and I'll say, and GoVan will say good night. Grab myself a little light action here. Do I need a light? It's better to have one, right? Yeah, I get. Oh, is that magnetized up there? Do we have a magnet up there? I don't have. Oh, that's all aluminium. Bugger. Okay, I gotta hold it. That would have been cool. Yeah, we'll just say good night, and thanks for checking out the stream, and I hope to see you guys on the full see you in the NT, as Marty's calling it, IRL stream starting this time next week. Take care, you lovely specimens. I'm going to put you down. I'm going to wrap this up here. There's always a little latency issue here, but you do it this way. Go back to this, refresh your trousers. Oh, I haven't got an outro scene for this, so I'm just going to end it. There's going to be an intro and an outro. I've done the intro, I haven't done the outro. I'll do that this week, but in this case, I'll just end the stream pretty much now. Accounting for